well, give a speech is your student body president, Tyler Dorr.
Hello, JPII. How are you guys doing? Awesome. I am so excited to be here talking to you guys today. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Tyler Dorr. I'm your student body president and also the proud older brother of that strapping young specimen, Mitchell Dorr. So right over there, guys. Mitch, stand up for a minute. Everybody just applaud. Yeah. He's single. He's really single. Now, we don't have a ton of time, and I tend to get a bit carried away, so I'm going to get right to it. I want to talk to you guys today a little bit about blessings. And I'm not talking about what the priest gives you during Mass, although that's important. But what I mean is something a little different, something a bit broader. So what do you mean by blessings, Tyler? I am so glad you asked. I mean that each one of us here, whether you're a student, an adult, a freshman, is incredibly blessed in the circumstances of their life. Now I know everybody here is different, and nobody's life is perfect. And I'm not here to say that it could be, or that it should be, or that you're not trying hard enough. I'm not here to say that there's not sometimes things that happen that just suck. We all struggle. I'm taking psych and Dr. Pepper scares me. I work at McDonald's and that's not always great. The ignition in my car won't start unless I open the driver's side door and shake it around for about 30 seconds. So I feel your pain, and not just on petty, stupid examples like the ones I just listed. But we all have aspects of our lives that aren't great. But regardless of who you are and what you think about your position, everyone in this room has been remarkably, remarkably blessed. You're blessed with being able to attend a private school. You're blessed with being able to feel safe every day, with being able to have the access to teachers and the education that you have here. With eating cafeteria food that's better than other cafeteria food and is certainly better than nothing. You're blessed with all that because whether you realize it or not, someone had to give up something for you to be here. Now that might mean your parents or relatives, teachers, families who wanted to be here but weren't able to be. But the point is that someone sacrificed for you. Under ordinary circumstances, there's no way I would be here. But my family was incredibly blessed with this amazing opportunity, and I am so glad to be here, even if I'm not excited about it all the time. Because I know that it required a sacrifice from people that I care about. And I'm not saying this to make you feel guilty, but so that we can all just realize what a gift this is. Gifts are supposed to bring joy, both to the gifted and to the giver. So when you toss a gift aside, when you complain about it, when you abuse it or ignore it, not only do you rob yourself of that joy, but you also rob the giver of the purpose of their sacrifice. So I hope we can all understand that. It took me a long time. All right, so Tyler, I've been blessed. What do you want me to do about it? I am so glad you asked. Have you all seen that movie, Pay It Forward? Yes. Kind of an old movie. It's got Kevin Spacey, that kid from Sixth Sense, in it. It's kind of a cheesy movie, but I am kind of a cheesy guy, and I really like it and think you should check it out. But I really like the premise of that movie, and the premise is simple. That when something great happens to you, you're called to make something great happen. And I think there are 3 ways that you can do that here. So number 1, bless yourself. Japes wears me down. It sometimes makes me anxious, stressed, tired, confused, hopeless, overwhelmed, baffled, bored, despondent, and that is just when I'm standing in the lunch line. It's so easy to get overwhelmed in the random minutia and day-to-day hecticness of your life. And even though nothing horrible ever really happens, all these tiny little annoyances pile up until it's all you can see and we get really stressed. I feel it too, but I think you can be a blessing to yourself by reminding yourself of the broader picture. Algebra is very important. But problem number 42, specifically part C, the one with all those variables, that's just not as important. It's okay if you don't get it. It's okay if you don't always get the grades you want. It's okay if not everything works out the way you think it should, because it doesn't. However, incredible, incredible things are happening around you all the time, so make the most of it. Tell a stupid joke, because even though they're stupid, those are funny. Talk to someone you've never met. Join a club. Do yig. Seriously, do yig. Spend time with your family. Just remember what's important, and we can all just relax a little bit. So number 2, the second thing you're called to do because of your blessing is to bless this school. JPII is an awesome place, but it is that way because it's a conglomeration of all the students and teachers and staff members who work here. And everybody here has something that they can contribute to the overall picture. Now there's a passive and an active component to this. Passively, just don't be a curse. Students already have to deal with classes, practices, sports, jobs, meetings, boyfriends, money, car insurance, just a crazy and ridiculous amount of things. So there's no reason for us to make things harder by pointlessly introducing jealousy, name-calling, harassment, discouragement, and just weirdness. So let's just not do that. But more so than just passively not making things worse, we need to actively seek to be a blessing to our classmates and our teachers. So smile, make friends, give random compliments, help each other out. Stop Zach Abdo in the hallway and tell him that he is an awesome dude, because Zach, you are an awesome dude. Be a blessing to each other. Now number 3, the final and probably the most important thing that you are called to do here because of your blessing is to bless others. And I know this for a fact. There is a reason that we're all here. We've all been given a gift so that we can in turn give a gift. This starts by recognizing the blessings in our own life and then spreading those with the world. So I want everyone here to take a second and think about the name of the blessing in your life. Go ahead, I have the mic and we're not going anywhere. So you can really just take a second and think about this. For some of you, the name of your blessing is mom, or it's dad. For some, the name of your blessing might be a grandparent, or Greg Silverman. It might be a sibling, the city you were born in. For some of you, the name of your blessing might be the 1997 Buick you drive despite all the laws of physics. Or the used geometry textbook that someone gave you for free. Or that teacher that's always pushing you. But there are all sorts of blessings we have in our lives, and there are all sorts of names that we call them by. But while you're remembering that, it's also important to remember that there are people everywhere who haven't been blessed like us. It's just the reality of the world. People who are alone, who feel like no one cares, who have been abused, victimized, forgotten, hurt. People who are scared, confused, and carrying too heavy of a burden. People who feel like they have no future, who have no food, who lack access to medicine and education and shelter. But you know what? Those people still have a blessing. Well, what's the name of their blessing, Tyler? I am so glad you asked. Those people who you've never met, who you might not know, who are suffering, have a blessing, and it is named Claire Adcox. Their blessing is named Jacob Buddha. It's named Olivia Zimmer, Jordan Phillips, Julia Colello, Allie Page. It's named Savannah Lewis, Michael Locke, and Sarah Maddock. I could go on and on and on because the name of these people's blessings is your name. So JP2, let's make this the year that people can turn around, look back to, point, and say 2014. 2014 was the year that JP2 and its students went from being blessed to being blessings. Thank you.
So now we're just going to close out with announcements. So it's open.